All right, the watch list video for Tuesday, June 21st. Let's start out looking at the SPY. We had a big gap up in the SPY today. It popped and then slowly bled lower all day. If I show you on a 5-minute basis, you can see, especially up until the end there, just a very tight downward drifting channel. Not the best scenario for day traders, right? For looking for big intraday moves, which you can see the nicest move was in that first hour, almost always is. So got to be ready to trade. Have a nice pre-market gap playlist and some nice looking daily charts, and really focus in that first hour. Hopefully you can get your money, and especially in summertime. Yeah, after that there's not a lot to do. So it's also fun when you only have to work about an hour, 90 minutes in the morning, and then you can kind of jump in and out of the office at will, right? So anyway, keep that in mind. Also on a Monday with a big gap up like that, it's not unusual for the market to fade all day. So we still have potential for the Brexit vote to be market moving on Thursday. So keep that in mind. All right, so here's the list I've got for Tuesday. I'll zoom in a little bit here. MCUR, really big pop back here. Another one here, really just, skating along sideways. Couple little pops that failed, and then a nice volume spike today, and it's held up a little better. It even closed, probably above, 5 or 6 weeks worth of trading, even though it gave it back. Maybe that 200-day was related to it, but we're going to watch that tomorrow for a potential red to green. EFOI is really an under-the-radar play here, but it had this volume spike today and kind of pushed up a little bit. So that one might just be a sleeper play for tomorrow. I want to keep an eye on that. That volume spike might have meant something. LL, big volume on Friday, inside day today. With that market I just showed you, the SPY, this thing just couldn't get going. But I do like the fact that it came up and took out the opening price right here and really kind of held up. So it's just tailing along right around that $16 area. Really like this thing tomorrow over 16.20. I think it could then break today's high, which was 16.25, and then hopefully rip through Friday's high, which was 16.49. And over that, anything's possible. So we definitely want to keep our eyes on LL. It's one of my favorites going into tomorrow. BLIN, another one that kind of tailing along sideways. It had the gap up and sold off, but nice support below and extra volume today and tried to pop, and it closed. It gave back a lot of the move, but again, maybe red to green in that one. A lot of obscure ones today, and here's another one. SKYS had the gap up, I think on earnings on Friday, and then sold off, and then it's back down almost to a gap fill. Sometimes you get 2 days of selling, and then the third day you get a rip, so we're going to watch that one too. That's SKYS, super thin, super tiny float, so when it does move, it can really move. GBIM was really on fire on Friday. We had some huge trades in it, and then today it came back, but it's still inside Friday's candle, lower volume. I'm going to be looking for this one to turn back up tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, who knows. But it'll be on a chart every day because I'm a day trader, and I make my living off of watching these recent high flyers and then pouncing only when it makes sense on an intraday basis. Hope that makes sense. BSPM, a lot of topping tails here, and finally started to come back in. Probably needs to come back in another day, but we're going to start watching it for a potential bounce tomorrow. Really makes nice moves when it makes them. MGT, really nice 2-day move here. Couple days lower, but a bit of a bottoming tail today. I'm going to watch that for a potential long tomorrow. And then lastly, AKAO, big pop here, lower high here, and you got 3 red candles down into the 8-day. Kind of hanging out around the 200-day as well. Not in love with my list going into tomorrow, but you know what? I only need just one. I only need one decent little percentage mover that we can catch, and also we'll add, gappers in the morning as well. So I literally log into every day, especially in the summer, thinking I just need one good trade to make my daily goal, and if I get it, to me that's a gift, and I slow it way down or stop trading altogether because we're talking about low volume summer trading. Add to that a little bit of fear because of the possible Brexit, and I'm going to make my money and then go back to cash as quick as I can every day this summer. So keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.